And I began listening, and I was like, my heart was pumping, and something in my throat was throbbing. And I thought, yes, energy is present. Where do I begin? Do you want to answer your first question so I can feel your voice?
Oh, you want me to ask it again?
Yeah, every time it comes a little different, you know?
What, my voice?
Yeah, voice vibration, the meaning, what's in the question.
Okay. Originally what I asked was, well, what are your general thoughts on an ascended master? And is there one that you have read about that you resonate with, or perhaps encountered even at a different, through experience in different realms? Anything you'd like to say on ascended masters?
Okay. They say Metatron was the human being, but then he ascended beyond all belief, and he actually sits at the right side of throne, yeah? Metatron. When I think about Metatron, I meet him on Facebook going Meta. Like when I was years and years ago, when I was trying to understand the word meditation, mediation, media, meddling, middle. Like yesterday, the last Wednesday, I guess. Like, so I think it was Gray Space was putting in the comments, like, put some golden between the red and white. Like that golden is kind of like a golden middle. So Metatron was a human being, and then he ascended all the way, really, really high to be at the right side of the throne of God. I don't really accept that God is in any human shape, but for the part of humanity, for the metaphor, I think it makes sense. And then, I was trying to remember ascended name of Jesus Christ, 2006, 2008, when I was with my Australian husband, who was a lot younger. And I still cannot remember really the guy who wrote lots of books. It's somewhere upstairs if I would go and find that book or his books, but like the guy who wrote about Jesus Christ's ascension spheres, and he was saying that his new name somewhere high up in the seventh heaven, Sananda, one of the names of Jesus Christ up there. Elinti, I catch myself every time you bring something from the Bible and you talk about Jesus Christ. It a little bit grabs me by my heart and by my throat. I love the idea of like Christ consciousness, of the oneness everyone is talking about. And like people who talked here a few times touched upon it. And some people said mycelium, how all the trees are connect under the earth. But the thing is, and also I think you were saying some people are like trees. But the thing is, and this is not label, this is not lip service, this is more like patterns that organize beings with certain qualities, and that's how we get typologies. And some people are like trees, some people are like water, some people are like fire, some people are like mountains. And yeah, but I very much agree, like with pathways, to how is that song? What if Christ, what if God was one of us, just a stranger on the bus? Exactly. What if ascended masters, yes, among us? And because, there are lots of people who are introverted and never ever speak out and never ever get known. And in their own field, they live in this huge universe. And it's quite possible that like 80% of them absolutely already did all the work of not being afraid of any kind of death or any even ounce of death. And who is watching everything is happening right now and totally okay with how it's going to transcend. If humanity will live to that day, there will be a day when we will not have flesh bodies, but we might continue in a lighter form. Like used to be zillions, billions years before the flesh appeared on planet Earth. So, and to add to that, I just want to say that people with mental health issues, it's a vanguard of society. It's a vanguard. Like, I think it's a young rose, yeah, said, to go into the darkness and come out without darkness touching you. How about living halfway there, halfway here? And but the people with the mental health, most likely there are a lot of ascended masters among them, and they come here to experience this pain and suffering just to show to people around, just to give them some dimensions to dive into, so they are not kind of like really safe in their half walnut shells.
Anna Krista, you said something about Christ consciousness.
Yeah.
Yeah. Christ said they know me by my voice when asked when people are drawn to them. It's the energy frequency, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's all.
Mm-hmm.
Can I ask what you have a PhD in?
It's in linguistics, Turkmen language, linguistics. So my name is on the 710 pages dictionary. It's just a grace of God that I got that job. There just was no one there but me, and I already had like my own linguistic center before I came to this country. That's where I made a lot of money first time in my life. And but for example, like I have 3 degrees in psychology. I earned in the last 7 years. It's instinctology, like instincts, the animal cells, like Gerard Depardieu, Frenchman, who calls himself an animal actor. And then the somatypology is like a leading hormone at the moment of your conception that kind of shapes your body and shapes your personality between the 7 major planets. But the guy who created somatypology, in his further research, he's a medical doctor, he refused the planets because he wanted just everything look more scientific. And yeah.
Or anything else you were planning on speaking before I made that shift? Welcome back.
Yeah, thank you. Continue with the ascended masters. And I'm gonna try to connect small and large. If ascended masters are already among us, but it's only like takes to respond the call or to actually find a voice to begin speaking about it. I want to share one time I was on a 1-month Kundalini Yoga camp, meditations, 18 hours a day, and at one time there was like in the field, it was like about to rain or already raining. There was a huge ball of fire. It's a lightning in the shape of ball of fire. Exploded like about maybe 20 feet from me. Myself and one young man was the witness. And literally a couple weeks after that, I had a vision. And I cannot even remember if I saw it in meditation or if I dreamt it. But one of those dreams when you remember every second of it, because it's like for real. And so I was actually laying down and sleeping like in bed, and the large, how large, like about probably 4 or 5 feet, the ball kind of lightning again rolled in and stopped right by where I was sleeping. And then turned out that it was kind of like a cosmic spaceship. And then it opened up with the stairs coming out. And Melchizedek walked down, but I'm not sure if it was Melchizedek or Metatron. And it turns out they're actually overlapping quite often. Only Metatron never mentioned in the Bible, but Melchizedek is mentioned several times, about 3 times or something. But so anyway, and then he was kind of like he held my head with a touch of a finger, and he answered all the questions that I was asking him about infinity, about the way of unity between infinity cosmos and humanity. And by the way, angels and archangels, they don't have sex. Even like the concept of evil doesn't exist there. It's kind of like, I think that is exactly how we are created in the image of God, because we have to always choose how we vibrate. Because this and that both are available, and we have to keep choosing. So there was a English from Great Britain, Torchwood, serial about one man like Baba G who never dies, but it was kind of like a Superman with his partner Torchwood. I'm saying it's the name of a serial. If you guys haven't seen it, I think it establishes really well the connection between the monsters and the angels. Like it's all same energy. It's all it's a shapeshifters. They're all shapeshifters. It's just light. It's just the immense light. And so how did I want to connect the small and the large? Like we have a body, and people like myself, if you will, like from birth and from childhood, like infinitely in love with infinity. Then you know that you can go infinitely out. But if you start learning any shape of healing, you begin learning that you can go infinitely in. You can go infinitely inside your body. Like I think last time I was describing how the cell is like a portal to the other world, every cell that we have, and we have trillions of them. And like behind that portal, there is again infinity. And when you develop this awareness inside the body, then the inside of the body starts swelling, and you get larger and larger and larger. You're sitting in your room, in your apartment, in your house, but your consciousness is embracing all the vast expanse at the same time. And you are a real master if you can combine it with everyday life activity, even if you have to time to say, even if you have to take time to sit and just watch that expanse for a while. And so the body is like, amber is the color of your energy. Your body is wonderland. It's both. And if you develop that kind of presence and awareness, yes, probably 10 or 12 ascended masters can fit inside one body. So kind of like the zodiac. Yeah, the whole zodiac can fit inside. Like on the tree of Sephiroth, when Keter comes, light comes and just divides right and left. And one contains like all zodiac, like Tarot, the crown of Empress has 12 stars. That's the whole zodiac around that child. So, one thing that I want to say before I finish, I mean, these ascended talks, you know, like, and this is one of the best gatherings, yes. I bow to you. But there is, I hardly ever hear people talking about the field, like field that connects us all. Like that mycelium on the earth that connects all the trees, there is invisible sword of mycelium, like all between the people. Visible and invisible, like ghosts and visible people too. There is that kind of like, it's transparent, but it's a net that connects us all. And it's inside the human being. It's called connective tissue, fascia. Not fascia, not your face. It's inside the body. Fascia, connective tissue. And it's exactly in between all the people too. And alien I think one time, if we could kind of like introduce a little bit kind of like warm-ups, like when we can join as a field, and kind of like there is a way of working with the field, naming what is needed for human highest consciousness to unite so the war ends and peace comes. There are ways of doing it, and so I hope one day we'll come there, we'll get there. Thank you.
Ana Krista, I suggested perhaps a group meditation visualizing an end to what is happening. We could try that.
There is 120. It's kind of like energy field constellation. If everyone present, first we unite, opening the heart, unite in light. We build the bridge from the hearts, and then everyone, like on the panel, 8-9 people, can say the number 1 to 120, feeling it through the heart. And I will voice what it exactly means in the field. It's kind of like constellation healing work. And the thing that will come through the heart number, and the energy, the thing that holds and it will explain the essence of what is missing, and also it will give the sacred mantra. And if we say that sacred mantra together, then the healing will be happening right there in the field that unites us all. Just something to consider.
Yeah, okay. We'll have to talk more about that. Yeah, so that's something you can definitely bring. Absolutely. All right, Ana Krista, thank you for that. I love your passion, by the way. Can I say that?
My Mars in the first house, and first house is personality, so when I'm passionate, it comes through. I'm sorry if I scare anybody else with my passionate voice, because I know it can be a little bit overwhelming.
No. We are, everyone is here because the universe only gives us what we can handle, right? Same with you. That's why not everyone is here. Not everyone can handle this. All right. Yes, beautiful energy tonight, everyone. I appreciate it.
His voice is just like smooth operator. I really love it if it's a real name, Oscar Rose. One of my middle names is Zeros, which means golden rose and also means they rose. Speaking of ascension, it's like being able to handle not only with your consciousness and imagination, but also with your body, higher and higher vibrations, and being able to sustain them. And plus expanding that awareness into this real life too. Being able to hold the high vibration in the body, in expanded space of the body, here with feet on earth. So, and by the way, I can translate what was Pathway saying in light language. One of the messages was about different shapes of water. Like on Earth, we know 4 shapes of water, like steam, ice, liquid, and is water that is in human body, kind of like crystallic gel-like water. Yeah, but talking also in connection to pathways with Yesu, that you said is the same as Yeshua. It's actually, I think maybe that's why, I feel so special about Christ consciousness and Jesus and Yeshua and Isa. And Isa is the name of the room that is like letter I in English language. And the Isa, which is kind of like lives in each human being because we are vertical beings. That's what put us away from the animals. Animal spine is horizontal to earth. Human being spine is vertical to earth. And it's exactly that Runa Isa, the letter I, is you can ascend yourself with that or descend, like let the higher energies to come to down, like you said in the beginning. So to ascend it, it's something that I invented about 25 or 30 years ago with your spine. No, actually the ascension goes with the heart. With the heart, you shoot a line, you shoot a ray of light as high as possible until you reach the heart of the Creator. And then out of that light, connecting your heart to the Creator's heart, you can, if you know muscle testing, you can always test the truth and ride the wave of truth, like riding the ocean. Become the ocean rider with your bare feet. Truth ocean, and you can ride it. And then if you're getting really overwhelmed in your mind, like, because you're losing the connection with the ground, when you are sitting, this is where the spine comes. And this is such an amazing proof that the thoughts are real. So with the spine, like you go thoracic spine, I mean cervical, thoracic, lumbar, then there is a triangle bone, keeping your wings of the hips together like a large butterfly in the body. And then coccyx, little bones, and then you can kind of like grow your spine into the earth, bone by bone, vertebra by vertebra. You can grow it like to the middle of the earth, and that feels so amazing, grounding. Like the whole body vibration, like with earth, it becomes one. And then you're not going to be space cadet anymore because you ground your energy that way, and it really works. You're doing it with your thought, but it's reality, like physical outcome. And that's one of the ways how you expand your body to grow up to the heart of God and down to the heart of earth. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Anna Krista. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful. I'm glad you're coming around. Please, we would love to have you back again.
I will. My pleasure. Thank you, everyone.